So stay here, everybody, because guess what? We have liftoff. Here we go. Game started.
All right. What do we think about these openings? This is obviously.
Oh, this could get. There could be a trick here at the very start. Danny, do you think that TF? Oh, there's a trick. Oh, did he prepare this?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
wow.
This is so dirty.
Hikaru was just about to ask me whether we thought Dog was setting the trick, and indeed he answers the question. This is a common trap.
Yeah. This happened to me. This happened to me against I think Papa Plot. He did a similar thing where I thought he made a stupid dumb mistake, and then it turns out no, it was a debate.
Oh,
debated.
Yeah. Because I thought the same thing literally happened to me against Papa Plot, and it blew my mind. I swear to God, he's still cheating to this day. I'll never forgive you, German man, you. But it looks like they just did something incredibly dumb, so you just take it. And then I think Papa Plot did it by accident, but this guy definitely did it on purpose. It was definitely
it was the same. It was the same thing. It was a Queen H5 check, Danny. So it was like a Queen H5 check with a King on E8 and something on E5. So it's just the opposite one.
Okay,
but it's the exact same pattern.
It's so crazy that Hikaru remembers that.
Hikaru remembers.
Well, I remember that because somebody was winning that game, and then they magically started losing all their pieces.
What? Let's talk about this game. What do you feel about this opening here?
I think Dog's going to win the bishop, and TF Blade is going through the same feelings right now. Imagine you think you're winning a free pawn, and imagine no, you're losing a piece. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see if this is not an over game though. Just because the piece is gone, there's still going to be a lot of chances. In
my experience, there will be a queen blunder at one point.
if my experience speaks of anything, anticipate a queen blunder. Well, Dog we know has been working hard, just like Hafu. So I guess it's not that big of a surprise that he would know an opening trap like this, Hikaru. I don't know. I mean, it seems like he was prepared for this idea.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wonder what his training has been like, because obviously with Hafu, we've seen her streaming a lot, so we've seen where she's getting lessons, what she's studying, and so forth. Whereas I feel with Dog, I know he streams some, but I don't feel like I've seen a lot of chess on his stream. Right. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. He's done it the last couple of days, but I feel like in general we've seen a lot less. So I do wonder like what his preparation has been, especially because I assume like he can always hear Hafu in the other room when she's doing the chess lessons. So. I feel like in some way, like he's probably trying to do his own things. It feels like the preparation, the openings have been different from what Hafu has done. But he's clearly ready for this match. I think the last match when he lost his X-Row came as a big surprise. I don't think he was expecting to lose that match. So it looks like he feels more relaxed too. When I'm just looking at his demeanor, he seems more relaxed, more focused than I would say he was for the first match.
At the end of the last game when he lost, Hafu came in, and I just listened to a bit of the stream, and I feel like she immediately was like critiquing him. Like the moment he lost his X-Row, she's like, "Wow, you could have done like." So
Mama Tiger's watching. Gotta watch out. He's watching in the background. Let's watch David ourselves right now. Do our first listen in and see what Dog is talking about.
I'll be okay.
Not talking much.
Oh man, I need to play chess. Okay, so what's undefended on mine? My queen is undefended, but I can run. That is defended once. So what is he doing here? He's attacking this. He brought out his bishop. Or he brought out his bishop to attack what? Nothing. He just brought it out. Okay, so no threat. So I can push this pawn now and get control of the center. I think I like that, or I can pin it. He's probably going to castle next turn. I think I like pushing this pawn up.
Good instincts.
Both are fine, actually. I like getting the center, pushing my pawn up. It's fine. It's fine.
Pretty good so far. Pretty good.
Everything's defended by one. I need to get my bishops out, and I need to just start trading. Like, I need a castle soon. I don't know where this bishop goes. Yeah. So he castled. So pinning is now bad. Let's just push it to here. And then we'll castle after. It's fine. That actually sets up checkmate right here.
It's
undefended, but setting up checkmate is pretty good.
I see it played. Not like this, though. Not like this.
I don't like that it's undefended. It's kind of spooky.
We'll see if TF Blade spots the checkmate. But Lud, you said you feel like people are taking it more serious, and then Hikaru talked about Dog's prep. I mean, Dog, I can tell you, was one of the first players who wanted a second anonymous account who contacted us. So he was taking it serious from the beginning, for sure.
That is sweaty. I like that. Yeah. I respect that because this is bad.
This
could be quick. This is going to be a quick game.
H7 now, and then he has to move over. It's like forced, right? You can only go to F.
And if White sees Bishop G5 to follow that Lud instead of giving the impulsive check, Bishop G5 could be lights out almost right away.
So walk through the line. Why is it bad if you do what you said?
The reason is if you go here first with a tempo on the queen, you also invite a piece to this square. And if a piece fills that square to block it, or the queen even moves to safety, this is now checkmate instead of just a check that chases the king out.
I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say that Ludwig, there's a reason that you are the biggest chess streamer out there, and that's because your idea of actually making the check first is correct. It's Bishop G5 is not the best move, Danny.
Because then Bishop G5.
Because then you get to pin obviously you get to pin the king and get the queen.
Of course.
You know,
thank you, Hikaru. Because look, obviously I don't have these little letters in front of my name, so people don't give me the respect. But obviously, we see the game a little different.
You know, obviously we do. Obviously we do. There's a grandmaster, an international master, and the biggest chess streamer of all time on this show, and I am on the bottom of that totem pole.
What's up, baby?
Anyway, okay, yeah. So Queen H8 wins, Bishop G5 wins. I think Hikaru's instincts are right. This is going to be a short game, unfortunately.
Yeah, the reason I would say it's going to be a short game as well is because when you look at the pieces for black, there is no development. Like the rook and the queen are on their original square, so black doesn't have any ways to try and threaten to capture the white pieces. Yep. So that's why I feel like there's very little in the position for TF Blade.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not just bad; it's that there really isn't even a way for Dog to mess it up. Right? There's not even a way for white to kind of not just start winning pieces.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Now I think he's going to see it too, because the order makes sense to check the king and the queen. And then what's going to happen is check F6 and then queen takes pawn will be checkmate, I think.
Wow. He sees it. Wow.
Yeah, I think he's going to play F6 because it's the logical reply to stop the check.
Hikaru's become a premonition for predicting the moves of Pogchamps players. We have a checkmate, and we're not even 10 minutes in. Ludwig, this is your fault. You were late.
No, this is good. I was late, and then they made the game go quick. I said to Dog, I says, hey, hurry it up, man. Hurry it up. You're gonna make me look bad. If this goes to Armageddon, I'll look like an idiot.
But did you see TF Blade's look there? Kind of like, okay, I see what's going on here. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like he just got hard outplayed. Like he got beat by a tactic in the opening, and then he didn't even see the checkmate line at all, like any step of it. He didn't see the first one with the battery. Then he just walked into the mate. Right. So that was just like a hard outplay on every street.
Yeah, I just pressed play and took us through the opening of that trap again. I'll do it again because yeah, I mean, this is
he had to have looked at this. What? He had to have looked at this with somebody though. There's no way I think that he just plays this instantly without knowing it.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool opening to whip out. That makes it just looks cool. It just looks like you're a good chess player.
Right.
It's because it's a good opening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hikaru
plays that move order in his games a lot.
If they don't fall for I think it looks especially good if they fall for the trap, I guess, because normally if they don't, then it becomes like every other chess game.
Right. What I would say about that game is that it's very we have what are called hyper modern openings where you don't push the pawns in the center, and that was like a hyper modern kind of opening setup. Very unusual. And what is this opening though? Who's been coaching Dog?
I don't know.
Do we know?
It's not me. No, I don't. I don't know.
Often.
Oh no, we're not going to see the same kind of tactic, or with some E5.
That would be okay. He gets E5, and if he gets D5, he's happy. So whoever's been coaching him may have observed that Levy worked with a lot of people on the London, which
this
I think
is not Levy.
No, I don't think Levy was coaching Dog. I'm saying I think Levy was maybe coaching TF Blade, although maybe I'm wrong about that. Was Chi teaching? I don't know. Sorry, I've lost track of the coaches.
No, I'm trying to figure out who's coaching Dog. Like TF Blade, I think has had help from Chi, but Dog's openings are very unusual. Like they like I'm that's why I'm trying to figure out who's coaching him because the openings are so unusual.
Isn't his coach a secret? Isn't he the one that has a secret coach that's like also a Hearthstone player or something?
Oh, is it Zalay? Right? Oh, it's like Zalay, maybe?
It was a secret coach, and then he said it's not Zalay, but we all think it's Zalay, and that he's just lying to us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's the one with the secret coach. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense, because I don't think he took a lot of lessons with the coaches that we hooked him up with, Hikaru, like through the tournament. So I do think, like, David, meaning Dog, everyone actually has a mainline coach, and all right, it's paying off. This is going to be a better game this game, though. Making a prediction. I think it's going to be a better game than that last one.
You think it's going to be a win for TF Blade? Do you want to go that far?
I don't think it's going to be a 15-move miniature. That's what I think.
I think it might be. This opening is off to a very bad start for White, I think.
Over under 20.5 moves.
I'm going to take the under.
Wow.
Especially after this last move. Like, this last move is very, very tricky. This Queen B6. This Black wants to take this pawn on B2. Yeah, I worry about this opening. It looks... This is why I'm trying to figure out who he's working with, because this is very sharp and very to the point. It's like, it's not something that's, like, slow in any way. I mean, like, it's just very, very aggressive at the get-go. It really is just very, 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 very sharp. And now Bishop B4, and it's game over already.
It's not... It wouldn't be Fiddler, right? He said Hearthstone.
I don't think it's Svidler. It could be. I don't know. But Dog looks very well prepared. That's what it is. He looks extremely well prepared. So I'm...
But I might have to take it back. We might have a second 15-move game.
Yeah, this is like I don't know what happened, because I feel like, you know, in the game versus Zexro, he looks kind of like, I don't know, nervous. And now he just feels very confident in everything he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, this is already game over. Like, I
mean, honestly, Queen D2 is met by a knight E4, but even if he doesn't see knight E4, it's still super bad for White.
Well, there's also Queen A5.
Oh, and Queen A5.
So basically, Ludwig, the reason this is losing is because you see White can't move the knight, because then your king is gets captured. So whichever piece you put in the way, like if you put the queen in the way, Black can just move the queen up to the side of the board, and you're just going to lose this knight, or you're going to lose your queen no matter what.
Yeah, you're developing moves short of a full deck. You need to be able to bring the knight out on E2, but B3, you wish you could play something like this, but since you can't, it's pretty much over.
This is brutal, though.
Yeah, brutal. I mean...
Oh, he did it.
Yeah, if Black moves the queen, one of those two squares, I think it's just game over. C5 or A5.
Well, I guess let's get a look and listen in again. We've got Dog, and he's giving us his ideas. We'll see.
If I jump there, what do I do? I'm just imagining D4 right now. If I go D4 with my knight, where does he go? I don't have that much. He can take my pawn and win it with a tactic. I think I just castle and play normal. Or I push this pawn. I gotta look for tactics here. I don't think there are any. He's just connecting his rooks and trying to play safe. Alright, I need to play a move soon. That's okay, but it doesn't do anything, right? Attack there and there. Don't try and checkmate. Okay. Let's just develop the middle. Everything's pretty protected right now. Except for this bishop, so I'm okay with it. I just need to make sure I don't lose the bishop to a tactic of some sort. I could even push this pawn up one more. This pawn is only defended by one. This one's defended by... Well, you can't jump and take it, actually. Because, whatever.
You guys notice he's very defensive-minded. Always thinking about...
Yeah.
You can take it like this, actually. I take it there. He takes it there.
Really good ideas for
it doesn't work.
Stressed.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's doing very well. There's only one move for white that's okay, and it's a very hard move to find.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it's not even okay because A394, but still.
This is stressful, though.
What if I push this pawn up? Okay, so he's preparing to not die here. If I push this pawn, he takes, I take. What happens? I think I just want to castle and play it safe. I'm just trying to think of tactics right now. Oh, I can attack this. But then he can run away. Then I take with check. So let's see. If I go e4, I attack the pin piece, which is huge. Right? If I go e4, I attack the pin piece, which is huge. This is undefended, though. Then what does he do? He can take this pawn. I can attack in, and I probably win the game. This isn't undefended. He can take there. Can he take anywhere else? I don't think so. And I can't get checked. Let's do it.
Man,
he can pin me here. It's kind of annoying, but then I take.
I saw that nod from Hikaru. You gave the after that move. He's.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I would say is that this is the thing, and I mean, I'm sure it's something psychological. I think it's something psychological that applies to sort of like no matter what the game is, but like you always assume there's something wrong. It's like you're always you like even if you have the right idea, you know there's something wrong with it because you know you're not that strong at the game of chess. But I would say the majority of the time, the thoughts that these players have is fairly, it is generally on the right path or the right track.
Right.
That's why I wish. I remember you heard this idea. I said it on stream before of a variation of chess where you can see the bar that shows you who's winning the game. Like that they would see what we see, the analysis bar live while playing.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of like, you know, when you play a game and you have like the scan bar and you can see your enemy's health bar. You couldn't see your enemy's health bar, then you'd just be hacking away and you don't know how long it would last. But if you know you're at an advantage, then you can become a little riskier or whatever. Yep. I think it'd make for higher level.
It's funny you say that because it's actually something we're working on, and it'll have its own rating system. We've talked about it called Help Chess, where both players have to agree. You both get to see the eval bar.
Call it Ludwig Chess.
Well, it's going to be called Help Chess, but I do appreciate that. No, it'll have its own rating, and I think if people play, it's almost like just having that bird on your shoulder makes you play better, right? And that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah. So it'd literally be like having Hikaru next to you being like, "No, you're good," and then you're like, "Okay, cool." or he does the.
Well, I mean, like, you know what I would say, Ludwig, on that topic, like even at the top levels, the difference it would make in terms of a game of chess if top players had some idea of what was going on, it would be huge because there are many times when we play at the top level and you're very unsure. But if we knew that the position was winning, we would automatically be able to like figure it out why it's winning or what's really good.
So we should do that. We're like, the type of position changes based on your facial expression. We'll have your face on the eval bar.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll have a happy face at the top when you're winning and then kind of a frowny face at the bottom.
Okay, well, I want my royalties for that.
Okay. Seriously, this is someone's got to make a note of this.
Ludwig Chess is a good idea. For sure.
All right, I'm making a note of Ludwig Chess.
The name's catching on too, right? It's kind of catching on like the name, I feel like.
Literally telling our CEO, I'm telling my CEO after the show, remind me to talk about Ludwig Chess.
It's not me that's even made it up. It feels like it's the people in a way kind of latched onto this idea. What do we think about the defense here, though, from TF Blade?
I think it's tough.
I think it's very difficult because he's going to lose this rook. His king is in check, so it's a double attack. You have to move the king, and then the bishop will take the rook corner.
Do you think taking with the queen is smart, or is it just like...
He should have probably taken the knight and given up a queen so he would get a knight and a bishop in return, but I think it's just very hard. And it's also really like, this is one thing I would say that I don't think we've seen much of is when someone's lost a match because they've been outclassed, it's something where they're just lost from the get-go. Like you just know they're not as good as their opponent. But here I would say that while Dog is a much stronger player, I don't think it's like he outclasses TF Blade by the same differential as say a match between like Austin and Halfthor. So I think there's also this concept of like he's on his back foot from move one. And I think it's very unusual to see that.
Yeah, and I think it almost seems like the difference is larger, Hikaru, because Dog is so well prepared that he's like getting on the right foot and then it gets exponentially better from there, right? The openings are paying off.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you call this a Zugzwang scenario?
We'll call it Ludzwang instead of Zugzwang. Ludzwang.
It's a Ludzwang situation.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just losing.
Yeah.
It's like the previous one where there's not much of play in the position. Like, he's down on material, but also he doesn't have pieces in the game. That's the problem. So it's very hard to see a way he can come back.
What do you think, Lud? What do you think?
Someone was saying that his rating is too high and that he hadn't played enough games. But I feel like his rating's like, it feels pretty spot on. Maybe 100 points, maybe too high at most. I feel like he's definitely one of the favorites. Dog, yeah. There were people saying that he hadn't played a lot of games on that account. I guess because he has a secret account. So his like that account's rating is not based off a large sample size. But it does feel like he's playing like one of the best I've seen in the tournament. Because he also like he's also the guy, right? He's the same guy who said he was gonna play slow and lose on playing slow. Was that Dog? Or is that someone else?
Same guy who said what?
Remember there was a guy who said he'd lose by playing too slow. Was that Dog? Remember that? I believe it was him. Maybe I'm wrong. So somebody in the
it was Dog. Yeah, it was Levy. When Levy was on, Levy said that Dog would rather lose on time.
Yeah.
But get that like winning position, but lose on time or something.
He'd rather play the right moves. But but because of that, he always like analyzes the board and even really rudimentary things. He's like double checking, which is like, I mean, most people in this tournament aren't doing.
Right.
Maybe 4 or 5 are. So I feel like, you know what? I was giving him a lot of crap for it last time where he was talking about how he'd lose on time, which is still losing, but I think it's making him play way better.
Yeah, and part of that is the psychology of the player. There are players who just, you know, really are much more perfectionists, and then they don't have it to kick themselves to move as fast as they should until they have no other choice, right? And then there are players that are maybe just better or more natural at, you know, playing quicker. And then there are the other extreme, sometimes players that play too fast, right? And just, you know, don't have a sense of the critical moment and should slow down, right? I think when I was a player, I think I was all three of those at one point. Not all of us manage our time as well as Hikaru does naturally from the outset. But Hikaru, did you ever struggle with that? Like when you were younger, like playing too fast, right? And then you learn, look, I'm a fast calculator, but I also need to slow down a little bit, right? What is that? What would you say? No?
I mean, look, be confident and play good moves, man. Don't get down to 5 minutes and be in time pressure every game.
Just like play the good moves quickly and then win. I don't know what you're missing here, Danny.
Exactly.
But
play fast and good, and you'll win.
Yeah, and
that's
then
the
also
advice
just get
I'm hearing,
signed
right?
by TSM.
Am
I don't
catching?
know which part of this isn't computing.
So Ludwig, I'll basically, like, Danny and I go back a long ways, and one thing that you'll see that there tend to be like two sorts of schools of thought, which is there players who move really quickly and players who move really slowly. And I was very lucky because growing up, my stepfather, he was like 2,300 FIDE master, quite strong at chess, but he would lose a lot of games because he thought too much. And so I saw that, and that was my example. And so I'm like, well, I'm just not going to like think that long.
Right.
Yeah.
Where I think Danny didn't have that. And he didn't have that that really, really awful example set for
we need bad examples to play well. No, but kidding. I mean, Hikaru's totally right. And I think that, you know, Sunil and Hikaru, you also had your older brother, right? Oscar was a very strong player, right? A couple of years older than you. You learned from, you know, had a good chess upbringing. You know, I was stuck in a small town in Arizona. I had to walk uphill both ways.
Where in Arizona? Where in Arizona?
Both ways. Northern Arizona. Payson, Arizona.
Oh.
I know.
What did you play against? The local Sherpa?
I didn't.
Yeah. Imagine.
I would go spend summers in New York and stay with guys like Hikaru and others, you know? But
I see.
You know, it was a sob story, Ludwig.
That is a sob story. If you were just born in the right place, you're better than Hikaru right now.
Yeah. That's what I tell myself. If I was born in the right place.
That's all it is, baby.
All right. Well, the queen blunder you predicted eventually happened, Ludwig. Although it's hard to, we're not piling on TF late. He's in a very tough position, and Rook D8 wins the queen. It's kind of getting worse here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for TF Blade because, again, I think like it's when you feel like you're really outclassed, it's one thing, but it's literally he's in the opening, like the first like 3 to 4 moves. The pressure has been on him from the very get-go in both games. It's been very tough. I think especially when you're newer to the game of chess, like it's not one of those things that you're used to whatsoever. It's just like immediately at the start, like there's this instant pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, this we've seen a -19 comeback, but I don't think that these players will let that happen to them. What's the worst comeback you've had happen to you, Ikara, or perhaps opposite? If you could,
Well, thank you for reminding me of very bad memories, Ludwig. But I there was one time that I had a position against Magnus Carlsen that I think was +10 for me, and I actually made a very bad blunder when I got low on time, and I found a way to lose the game.
Wow.
So
okay,
so
well,
yeah,
okay,
give
us your good story. Give us your good story. You came back.
I don't have a good story because those things don't happen often.
What? You've had to
That's not true.
come back at one point. No, he's just being one of those people who only remembers the Sag, never the Pog.
Right.
That's how you get good, Ludwig.
Yeah,
that's how you get really good is you only remember the bad, and that's like all you remember, and that gives you the motivation. You don't remember the good. Why do you want to remember
every superhero was born out of trauma?
Happy every day.
Every superhero was born out of trauma.
It's better to be mad every day and I think you can do better than being happy and satisfied.
Better to be sad and dissatisfied, but better or happy.
Happy and no good.
Happy and no good. Hey, I've been lowering my standards for myself and getting happier every day. So there's a poster child for that. Okay.
Yeah. I saw you had a YouTube thumbnail popped up on my feed, and it was your brain exploding because you beat someone's rank, and I was like, that's a happy guy.
I did. I beat Sanin Sigoriev in the best game I played in a Title Tuesday in a long time, and it was awesome. I loved it.
Brain exploded. You're a happy.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, very quickly, there is one trick here. There might be a back rank checkmate. If TF Blade captures this knight and Dog takes with the queen, there is a rook d8 checkmate. That's the one last thing in the position that does exist
nutty?
here.
I'm going to show it. Watch the eval bar. Boop.
Yeah.
If you were playing a game, Lud, and that happened to you, your opponent makes a move, and this happens, what would you do? Keep it PG. Keep it PG.
Oh, I throw on that song, like the one where the Celebrate Good Times come on, and I let it play for literally 2 minutes and 20 seconds until I have 1 second left. Then I make the move.
Okay.
Then I post it on YouTube, get 500,000 views, call it a day.
This is just over. He didn't take the knight. That was the last real hope. I think once Dog develops the bishop and all these ideas on the last rank evaporate, I think it's just over.
Yep. No more back rank checkmate. No more fun.
Pretty rough.
Chess is a weird game because I mean, at least the way these people play it is like you feel like you're losing and you are losing and you just keep playing. And I don't even know why I do it, but I do it every time. I don't think I've ever resigned. I just always go through the motions. It's very depressing in a way. You're just going through knowing what's going to happen to you, but it's happening very slowly.
Right.
Yeah. It's like being beaten over the head with like a rubber bat. Like not a metal one, but a rubber one.
Okay, the silence is deafening.
I just tuned in for a moment there. My brain clicked out.
Yeah, I was trying to bring a visual to your analogy of.
It was visual. It was
that was a real
admittedly.
Visual. Yeah.
Oddly specific. Maybe we'll check into him later with some government agencies, but for now, feels like Dog's just gonna take it home.
Yeah, I think there's no way that I mean, worst case, he draws the game, but with only one bishop for TF Blade on the board, there's no chance here.
Yeah.
This is over 20 turns, although I feel like it was over before 20 turns.
Yeah, certainly.
Over under, you think Hafu walks in, celebrates with them?
Side
bet?
I'll take 70% that she does.
You think she does?
100%. I would say
I'll take she doesn't walk in. Lets him have the moment, and I'll throw 5 gifted on it.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right.
I'll take that. Are you taking that, Danny, or are you going to sit out?
Yeah. We'll throw 5 gifted from Chess if she does walk in.
Which side are you taking? You're both going in?
I think we're both going on in, yeah.
All right.
You have good odds
if you're watching. Hafu, if you're watching. Hafu, if you're watching. Hafu, if you're watching.
Hafu, if
you're watching, Ludwig already has like, I don't know, 30,000 subs or whatever.
No.
Yeah, really.
No, it's 23,
you do.
And rent in LA is so expensive. People really don't talk about it enough. I'm not signing TSM. You know, that's true. This is true. We can admit this.
This is true. Yes, this is true. Oh man, like I will say though, I am very happy for Dog because I think certainly that first match he felt very demoralized because I mean certainly he thought he was the big favorite, and then to lose the way that he did, where I thought he was actually more or less just outclassed in that match. It's really good to see him come back and just play a very nice set of games. Good preparation too. Like I really am curious who he's working with because this feels like really high quality preparation.
Well, and it's high quality, and it's also like it seems to be well chosen. It's like he knows these London players are going to play it, so he knows that C5 is exactly the thing that's just going to destroy it, right? You play C5 on move 1, so it's because it's not the opening itself. It would be brilliant against a good approach from White, but it seems to be like he's doing his homework and it's paying off.
Yeah.
What's interesting is who will get into winner's bracket from this group. Right, because Zexro beat Dog Dog. Dog Dog just beat TF Blade. So the TF Blade Zexro game is gonna be incredibly.
That's huge. They're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the real question is, it really becomes interesting if QD beats Zexro, because then isn't it everyone on one win?
Yeah.
Then it gets really fun.
Then you have to do like insane tiebreakers. It's not like more games, right? It's usually based off some.
Honestly, if three people are tied with the same amount of points, I don't remember what it is for that. So the event team will have to get back on that. I don't remember.
Sure. Might be a little crazy pool.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's anyone's bet. I will say, though, if I look at the brackets, I think this is the one that's most likely where you could have some sort of weird... What happens if there's a four-way? Can there be a four-way tie?
There could be four people who have... Well, I guess
everyone beats someone else. I think, right?
I guess it couldn't. I guess it does. It matter if it goes to Armageddon? It probably does, right?
Well, actually, if every match went to Armageddon, it's the same points. But
yeah,
right.
But since this is a 2-0, and then Zexro went to Armageddon,
right? Yeah,
but I do think this will probably be one of the murkiest on who's going to make it out. Where I feel like every other pool, going in, so your matches not like they don't matter, but it is pools at the end of the day. So it's like you kind of are destined to end up in winners or losers, and this is like practice for them.
Coming down to Cutie and Zexro next. This is going to be a big match. I mean, she can do it. How's what's her confidence level like, bud?
All-time low. All-time low. Absolutely. Okay. No, I mean she's been practicing a lot, but I think it's chess, which is a hard game to improve at, and it's hard to be confident in your moves. And we saw even when listening into Dog Dog that Dog Dog wasn't confident in a lot of the moves he played today, and he's winning like by a huge margin. And even then, he's not confident in what he's doing. And so I think
what if we eventually had a Pogchamps that was Ludwig chess, help chess, like we've talked about?
I think that would increase the level of play dramatically. I think we'd be looking at 1,600 level players a minimum. Or you can just do it the better way where you just have Hikaru and then he can't say any words, but he'll go, or,
yeah.
And then and then you just keep hovering over pieces.
Right. No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how little kids play chess when like they're first, like they move it with the hand and then they like look.
Oh, wow. He found Queen B3. That was a very nice move by Dog Dog. Very nice checkmate. That was impressive.
TF Blade's in good spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he knows he just got super outplayed, right? Like it wasn't, a close game he could have won.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ludwig.
What?
She just came in.
Oh, she came in? No, he's off camera. I didn't see it.
Yeah, she came in. She came in.
She just walked in?
She did.
She did. Yeah. I saw it on a stream. Yeah.
No. I don't see her on the stream. What was the time? What was the time? Does it count as coming in if it's only a few seconds?
She came and gave him a big hug. She said something. Then on her way out, they were
How
talking.
do we know it's Hafu? What if it's Hafu's twin sister or something? We don't know this.
Someone's gonna clip it, I'm sure.
All right.
Well, we're gonna gift him his subs, and we're also gonna be right back as we get set for the second matchup of the day. We will probably have some interviews, everyone, with our last two players. So don't go anywhere. More Lud, more Hikaru, and more from this lowly IM in just a couple minutes. And we are now joined by the two players of the round. We've got Dog Dog, David, and TF Blade, and well, Dog Dog, congratulations. You feel like you recovered from that first matchup versus Zexro and found your game a little bit here in the second matchup.
Yeah, I'm well.
Yeah. TF Blade, how you feeling?
Dude, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, wait, I made one mistake and then boom, everything just like fell apart.
Yeah, I felt like Dog had some really good opening strategies. Dog, who's your secret coach? Can you give us any information? Have you been, how much you been working with him? Tell us at least that.
So my coach's name is Eli Bareth. He's like he's an old Hearthstone player, and he's like 2100 live, I think. But yeah, he's been coaching me like 3 hours every day. And
Wow.
He said that whenever you bring out your bishop like that, it gets super punished. So you should just and then he showed me the lines and he told me to review them. So
3 hours a day of work is more than
that's a
Ludwig has ever put into anything. That's amazing.
All right, Danny. Moving on. Do you think there's anything in specific that's helped, like with this training, that's made you improve a lot? Like, do you think you've improved a lot from last game, or do you think you just played better today?
I think I just played better today. It's like kind of nerve wracking playing on not on stream, but in tournaments.
Yeah.
I think the majority of the games are kind of just decided by hanging pieces. So if I can just work on that and like focus a little bit more on that, and then maybe like finding a tactic or two and then just trade down, I should be fine. But yeah.
Yeah, it felt, we listened in and pretty much you were just looking for if any of your pieces were hanging. And then if you didn't see any, you would look for a tactic. If you didn't see any, you'd play defensive. That was kind of your strategy. And you did find a few tactics. TF Blade, you said that you were completely confused by those tactics. Well, like, how'd you feel about this whole game? Were you just like lost? Were you not sure of how to attack or what?
Honestly, I've been only playing like one opening and one opening only, just because I'm like, wait, I don't know. I'm like that type of player that just likes to play one thing and get really good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I never played against this tactic, actually, surprisingly. This was like the first time and we're playing it live together. I was like, wait,
this tactic being when he pushed his pawn forward and you thought he just was being dumb.
Oh no, not that one actually. Okay. I mean,
not this. You mean the first game where you were black?
No, this game. Within the next 3 moves, and then after that, I got confused. Like the rook opening, the second I did that, it was basically game over.
Okay, I've got them both. I've got them both up. But which position are we talking about here? I'm sorry.
So you see the rook all the way to A1, the pawn on B2, I think. I moved it to B3.
Yes.
I've never been punished for that. This was like the first time. I didn't know what happens after that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, that just
I was just gonna ask. I was gonna say one thing, like Dog. Perhaps you haven't worked on chess as much as some of the other players, perhaps. But I thought it was very impressive the way that, whether it was with your coach and specifically predicting what the openings were going to be or not, like you were all over TF Blade from the start of the game, from like move 1.
Yeah.
And
I played one thing, so it was good. Yeah. Shout out to my coach once again. He carried me, but
so he did kind of say that you're probably going to get this D4 bishop before, and had you prepared to play the C5 line.
He just said he always brings his bishop out on like turn 2, and then he's like, so all you have to do is like attack these squares, and then he's like, just shove your c pawn, and then he showed me the lines.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, hey, it ended up working out, and your guys' pool is actually really interesting because obviously only 2 make it to winners, 2 will go to a consolation. And it's a little bit up in the air right now because everybody has at most 1 win at the moment, I believe. So I think we're going to have a couple important games. I think TF Blade, you have to play Zexro still. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that game's going to be really big for which side you want to go on. Are you trying to go to winner's bracket? Because I've seen in the past some people like feels like they don't want to. Not saying that's
Dude, at this point, I don't know. Like, there's so much high rating that I have, so I'm like okay with either way. Just give it your best and hope for the best.
I see. Just play your best chess and let it fall as it may.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it was a good game for sure from both of you.
Yeah. Awesome.
You're gonna still do 3 hours of coaching, Dog?
Yeah, it's so exhausting, but
I could imagine. That's like a lot of hours, and it's like so much information.
It's fun doing puzzles. I love puzzles. They're the best.
Yeah, true.
Dog, is that something you were doing before the Pogchamps invitation happened? Like, have you been into chess, or was it this tournament that was hey?
No. It was this tournament, and then I was like playing like like an hour a day or just casually, and then he messages me and he's like, "Hey, do you want coaching?" I was like, "Yeah, I think it'd be like one coaching session." But then he's like the biggest tryhard ever, and just yeah. So we're doing like 3 hours a day, and
So your coach is like
That's
making
cool.
you work on your game all the time, breathing down your neck.
yeah, pretty much. But it's a good thing.
It's working. I think a dedicated coach is so much more helpful, because then you don't, like, if you coach with 3 different people, they have to find where you're at every time or what you've learned every time. And
Hikaru, would you be my dedicated coach, please? There's a lot of people watching.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, hey, boys.
I mean, I felt that the Dogs coach did a fantastic job of preparation, giving him good openings. I can't do that for you, Danny, because you're so set in your ways with your openings that are worse than Dogs openings. So
saying can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Something like that.
Sure. All right. Well, hey,
we'll tell your coach, Dog, that I might be reaching out to him since I got turned down. But anyway, guys, we're gonna let you go again. TF Blade, like Lud said, you got a big match coming up with Zexro. Pretty much no matter what happens between Cutie and Zexro coming up next. So best of luck to you in that. And
thank you.
And David, you too. Best of luck to you in your next one. It's gonna be, this group's gonna come down to the wire. So good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, well played. Good games.
GG's.
Yep.